Somebody once told me the world's gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
I don't suppose now would be a good time to say the only Shrek I have ever watched is the original, so...
The only
Surprise, we're
Shrek
doing
I
Shrek.
ever loved.
Hey, it's Shrek here to remind you not to do drugs, kids.
Hey, Shrek here. But what exactly is Shrek?
Oh man, this is the path we're going down, I guess. Oh boy.
We're doing a first. Kind of. Basically, there's one... Okay, for those of us who have been long enough, you probably heard me mention dashboarding at some point, which is a thing on LiveJournal a while back, in which they did what's referred to as sporking, which is basically a literary equivalent to what we do, that being taking a story and then interjecting their own comments in like the margins. Essentially, I created this channel as a auditory ripoff of that, with my primary inspiration being a writer by the name of Zelda Queen, who I mainly found out about through her sporking of My Inner Life.
Oh, yeah, that
which was a big inspiration of this whole thing. So one of the collections of stories that she has is also that by an author by the name of Meerkat Girl 13, who can be found on fanfiction.net under the title under the new title of 20 Druidic Cats.
Nice. Cats.
It's funny when you say it out loud.
And she's written Shrek fanfiction.
Yeah, so we're going down this rabbit hole.
I couldn't find the first Legend of Zelda fanfiction she wrote, which is, I believe, a girl and a wolf. Or an elf and a wolf. An elf and a wolf.
Oh, and her main character in this one is an elf too, right?
Yes. But the main thing to know about is that she has a habit of doing over-the-top, like, parental abuse things in her stories for the sake of trying to force sympathy for character, but it often goes so over the top that it becomes kind of ridiculous and seems hilarious.
Oh boy.
I knew way too much about the subject. Mango Snapple. Anyway, so we're starting on her first in a series of Shrek fanfictions.
There's more than one?
Yes, in this series. About her character named Ava, who, according to the thing at the beginning, is the last forest elf in existence.
Okay.
The story, why fear me? I'm only an elf. This will be in the comments. For the love of God, don't send hate this person's way.
Yeah, hate on us instead.
Yes.
Yeah, we're probably more deserving of it anyway.
Well, yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I'm probably more deserving of it anyway.
What?
There's
No, it's totally Llytic.
I'm the most deserving.
Yeah, you're a good boy, Tom. Nobody doesn't like you.
Oops,
Yeah, you introduced us to Satanism. You've done good.
Oh, yeah. I forget that's a thing. Oh, crap. I just kicked my light off. There we go.
Oh.
And if they refuse
All right, Tom,
to
I'm
leave
deducting a point for kicking lights. You don't bully lights.
I didn't mean to.
And if they refuse to leave you alone, destroy them. I still love that fucking like tenant, because it basically, like, one of the things that you could interpret that as murder cat callers. Someone won't stop aggressively flirting with you on the street, murder them.
I thought it was in your own home. That you
No, that's a different one.
Right.
One of them is if you are outside going somewhere and someone starts pestering you like unsolicited, tell them to stop. If they don't stop, destroy them.
All right.
Yeah.
Which, words to live by. I didn't quote it quite right, but words to live by.
Hey.
All I can think of is that one episode of like Best of the Worst, in which they see like this one like police video telling warning cops about Satanists, and it starts going to like the tenets of Satanism, and they just go, looking at these tenets, I kind of agree with them. Anyway, author's note. Hi, this is my first Shrek fanfic.
First.
So go easy, lol. This story is just basically a slightly bloodier retelling of Shrek 3 from my OC's point of view. I mean, from my memory, Shrek 3 is very bloody anyway. Or maybe that was just the television.
No, Shrek 3 was a really shitty one.
Okay, so it's probably just that I got blood on my teeth.
No, Shrek goes to fucking college in Shrek 3. You're thinking about Shrek 4, which is like that alternate universe one where like Fiona's a badass warrior ogre.
No, I was just saying that I must have misconstrued the blood on my television from what I was doing with blood.
Please stop having a period on top of your computer.
Well, one, I was watching television, not my computer. Two, why would you say that?
Why else would you have blood on there? Da-da-dun.
Murder.
Time
It takes
fun
place a
time.
few months before the events of Shrek 3. Please R&R and have a cookie. I have Snapple.
Oh fuck, I still have a pizza. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go make a pizza real quick. You guys don't mind, right? I'm just kind of hungry, you know?
Time
if-
flies.
Oh shoot, sorry. I sighed as the transportation carriage stopped right outside of the Greystone Castle-like building. Grabbing my suitcase and pulling my blue hood tighter over my head, I exited the bus with a murmured "thank you." The bus drove off, leaving me alone with an adult that just arrived.
Transportation carriage. As opposed to what?
A unicorn. I don't know. I'm already confused.
No, as opposed to what kind of carriage? All carriages
A
transport.
royal carriage, of course.
Those
She's
still
just
transport.
a fucking peasant.
All royal carriage is still transport. It's still a transportation carriage.
Yeah, but this one's probably just really big, like a bus or something.
Well,
I mean,
other
it's
than
a-
that one,
Holy shit! I think I just hallucinated.
well, other than that one grammatical error, the grammar is not abysmal in this one, so it's a little.
That wasn't a grammatical error, though. That was just why would you refer that way?
Okay.
It's like saying writing pencil.
Mm. Well, yeah, you have your writing pencil and your John Wick pencil.
Or your thing gun.
This is my rifle. This is my gun. This one's for.
Oh my god!
Hey, I'm
I'll
quoting
never
Full
get to know
Metal
what they're
Jacket.
for.
I will never get to know what you said because you cut out. What are the guns for? I don't know.
This is my
Anyways,
rifle. Okay.
sorry. You must be Eva. Thalila. I'm going with Thalila. I don't give a
Thalila
Well,
works.
welcome to
Thalila.
Warshire Academy, the man greeted happily. Come, we'll get you registered and a room.
Was there a word? Was the college in the movie called Chester?
Yes, I looked up who Artie was, and it was Worcestershire.
Oh my god!
Shrek and Princess Fiona are succeeded. Okay.
I blew.
Sorry. I fucking hate Shrek 3. I'm fine with the other movies, but Shrek fucking 3 is just something I hated so much, I forgot it existed. I have no recollection of anything from Shrek 3, because I hate it that much.
I've never seen Shrek 3, so...
You're lucky.
I just remember Merlin not wearing pants.
I mean, that sounds about in character, as Merlin would do.
I blew my bangs out of my face and followed the man inside the castle.
I'm gonna show you what Merlin liked in some hentai game I played.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
My name is Mr. Johnson, Vice Principal, the man stated as we wandered the hall, what I presume was the office.
Maybe you should... You know what they say about assumptions?
It makes ass of me.
Yeah. All right, though. I know it's my turn to read, but y'all really, really need to see what Merlin looks like.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Welcome to another install.
Like a fluffy gerbil hamster thing.
Yes,
Yes, this is the all-powerful Merlin, the fluffy hamster.
Llytic, you okay there?
Do you remember that game EU Senki that I played? That's like all the world leaders as cute anime girls? Yeah, this is the one not cute anime girl in that entire game. And it's Merlin.
Zane, I think you broke Llytic.
Who cares? He'll be fine. Let's see. Is it my line?
Yes.
Arthur?
Yes.
Why aren't you in class? Mr. Johnson asked the boy.
Oh, wait, no. That might not actually
Boy.
be the line. It might be
No, it was
right
the one.
outside the...
It was one right before that.
Whoops.
Well, right outside the one room with a bronze plaque that said alchemy, there was a blonde boy sitting out in the hall looking bored.
Is she gonna bone Arthur?
Yep.
I sure hope so.
Arthur, why aren't you in class? Mr. Johnson asked the boy.
'Cause fuck the rules.
I got kicked out, the boy
I'm
Arthur
not a
mumbled.
part of your system.
Fuck. Oh, these are fucking small as shit lines. I can't look
Yes.
away for a second or I lose my place.
Nope.
Yes.
Let's see. 1, 2, the adults sighed and said, well, come with me. You can stay the rest of class in the office.
Arthur glanced curiously at me, then stood up. I flashed a small friendly smile and flashed him. He looks confused, then suspicious.
As we started along again, Arthur asked, "So, what's your name?"
I
Gregory.
don't know. My name is, hold on. My name is Delela.
Hold on. My name is Ebony Darkness Raven Dementia Way.
Oh no! Oh no! I glanced at the boy and answered.
Answered. That's
Is that
spelled right.
correct?
Yes, there's a W in answer.
What the fuck? Ava!
Are you just going to say boy every time like Kratos?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Boy. I glanced at my suitcase and asked, he glanced at my suitcase and asked, so, new here?
Boy, I could crush you.
I nodded. We arrived at the office in which Mr. Johnson bustled off to get some papers. Arthur and I took seats on wooden benches right outside Mr. Johnson's office.
His name is Johnson. I'm Artie, by the way, Arthur stated, glancing at my hooded face. Why are you wearing your hood backwards? It's covering your face. Silly.
I know. Fuck, I'm tired. I nodded inside, blowing my ebony darkness raven dementia way bangs out of my face again.
That.
Oh my gosh. I just want to give a character like this who's super depressed, like the brightest color ever. But not like in the sense that it's like hot pink or something that could still be considered like,
like scene.
Yeah. Like maybe just really incredibly blonde hair that everyone compliments for being so shiny.
Yeah.
But making the character as incredibly brooding and mean as possible.
A blonde-haired, blue-eyed character who's a broody edgelord.
Yep.
Do you mean Tony?
Mr. Johnson came back with a stack of papers and said, Ava, come with me.
I nodded and got up, saying, see you later, Artie. Boy.
Choke. I glanced back at him. He looked a bit crestfallen, but also hopeful. I followed Mr. Johnson into his office, where he closed the heavy oak door behind me.
The crest are to blame.
Have a seat, he said, pulling out a chair for me to sit in.
Thank you. Or hold on. Thank you. I muttered as I sat in it, waiting for him to sit down across from me. See, I get to mutter in this story.
Is this just gonna become the new meta?
Yes. This is the new This is the new what are we reading meta. After the latest update to the meta, I have changed my style of reading.
To just insulting the fact that you mumble.
Yes, of course.
Also, I'm not the only one that just feels like emo elf is not a thing that should exist, right? Like, even the drow don't feel emo. Those feel more like straight up goth. If we had to force them into a category.
It depends on the universe and the types of elves, honestly.
If there was like an equivalent of nature emo, I could see elves being that.
Hippies?
What? No, not hippies. Just like, instead of a bunch of dark blacks and whites, I just picture it being like really dark, really tame browns and suppressed greens.
Yeah. I'm just flashing back to, I think I've shown some of his work before, but the artist sets. Like, at one point he drew a picture in with the joke, "You've heard of big titty goth girl, now goth girlfriend, now get ready for small chested hippie girlfriend."
That reminds me of something really stupid I saw. Let's see. It's a picture from a hentai, but it's like, let's see. Hey fam, check out this fur coat I just found laying in the dumpster. Oh, fucking bitch, I was naked inside of it all along. Whoops, I tripped. Did you know I can't dab because of these huge knockers?
What the fuck?
What are you reading?
I'm reading
Porn.
something from, I'm reading a porn where this girl apparently trips onto this dude's dick while being naked under a jacket, so she ends up giving him,
It's one of those.
paizuri. But I think if I read the description for this, it's like, alright, if everyone thinks my writing for my hentai is bad, then have this.
Wait, are you saying you're now gonna start writing hentai?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm saying the person who made that image, that's the true image. It's not one of those edited hentai things. That's actually what it says in the picture, as a response to people saying they're really shitty at writing. Do you want to know the name of the artist? I really just like their name.
What?
Plant
Sure.
Penetrator.
Oh god.
Yep.
Drusilla, beware.
No, it's...
100%.
I
I got so interested in this dude's name, and he indeed draws plants that he wants to penetrate. Mostly citrus fruits, don't ask.
Like,
limes and stuff, that kind of thing.
But
I found a
why,
banana.
though?
That seems like it might burn. Anyway! What fucking line are we on?
Once he was seated, I think, and I think it's your line, Llytic.
Once he was seated, Mr. Johnson pulled a few papers from the stack. "You're all set to start classes. The orphanage."
Orphanage? What? Orphanage?
Okay.
Orphans?
I was expecting some kind of childhood trauma, because that's what this person does. And then it just immediately opens up with orphanage.
Uh-huh.
Apparently you're different. And a sense of how you look in your past. Is that true?
I just want to make an orphanage where all the kids inside of it are emo, but it's run by one of the happiest and kindest people ever.
Now I'm just thinking orphanage run by like soft emo caretaker, but all the children are happy-go-lucky.
Just.
Today's been a good day. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my god, I just wasn't expecting that so soon.
That's gotta be a
Sounds
new
like-
record, right?
Is it my line?
Yes. Oh my god, this character's a rogue in the making.
I nodded and said, "Yes, it is. I would advertise my past to the school."
It's my job anytime they don't ask about my tragic backstory.
This is going to be long and painful, I can already tell.
Like my dick. Wait.
Is it which part, long or painful? Because I don't really want to
Yes.
see a troll's dick, but at the same time, oh god,
Yes.
no! Why is that popping back in my head? No! Oh god, no!
Are
Fuck
you
you for
thinking
making
of-
me think of that.
Are you thinking of tentibulges?
No, I'm thinking of Terezi with like a 3-foot dick. Don't ask.
I mean, she wears boxers for a reason.
Ugh, God, why did you make me think of that?
I
Fuck!
didn't make you do anything.
You've led me down the path.
He's gonna lead you down the path of righteousness. I'm gonna lead you down the path that rocks.
What's my fucking line?
He nodded.
He nodded.
He nodded and added, also there is a rule that no headgear may be worn unless in a sport. I have to ask you to take your hood off.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Oh, jeez. This story.
Sighing, I reached up and tugged my hood off, revealing my face. I heard Mr. Johnson suck a breath in and lean back. I guess you guys should know why Mr. Johnson gasped, right? Why are you addressing the audience?
Because
I have ebony darkness raven dementia way black hair. So dark in the light my hair looks blue. My skin is a pale cream color. My slightly rosy with slightly rosy cheeks. My ears. My eyes are a vivid purple, and most of all, I have pointed
Alright, but how
ears.
pointed?
You might like stab someone's eye out if you're not careful.
fucking knife ears.
Yes, Tom, we get it. You're racist against elves.
Anyway, I raised my
I'm going to
violent
play an elf in the next campaign you run just to spite you.
He will die horribly. He or she will die horribly.
You know what? You're right. I haven't seen Tom make any elves.
I made one elf character once, and he was actually pretty cool. But I don't know why I hate elves.
Basically-
It's just a thing. Anyway, I raised my violet eyes to Johnson's brown ones and said, "Yes, I'm an elf, and I don't appreciate you staring at me like that."
Oh my god.
Listen, Tom, don't hate the race, hate the individual. That's
Yes,
why I'm
Tom.
not going to spite elves that Llytic makes, but every character he makes.
Exactly. Wait.
Okay, I can agree with that one.
He lowered his eyes and then said, I apologize. Here's your school uniforms and your room number. You start classes tomorrow. Please leave the office. This office. Okay, that was quick.
He handed me a few ugly blue-gray dresses with red and white plaid sleeves, a piece of paper number 46, and a list of teachers' names and classrooms on it. I grimaced at the dress and stood up.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Johnson. I murmured, heading for the door.
Oh, that isn't my color.
Just get out of my sight. He
Oh my
hurled
God.
his fist on the table.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is happening?
Oh my
Apparently,
god.
people hate elves
Principal
in this
is
world.
Tom.
Oh, Tom, why are you in the story?
I'm not in the story. That's Mr. Johnson. My last name isn't Johnson, as far as you know.
I know your last name.
Mm-hmm. And
Your
you
last
know it's
name
not Johnson.
Your last name confuses me, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to accidentally dox you.
That's fine.
Trust me, it took a lot of self-control to not throw my suitcase at him. You should have. I narrowed my eyes and strode out of the office. Artie was still sitting on the bench. When he looked up, he looked up when I exited, and his jaw dropped. I laughed a bit at his expression.
Hello, Artie, I said, taking a seat beside him.
What if his name was Morty?
Morty!
Hey there, Morty!
Morty! We gotta fix the time-space continuum, Morty. We gotta kill this elf lady.
He still didn't say anything. Morty, why are you so quiet? Is something wrong, Morty? Say something, Morty.
We need to kill the principal, Morty. He was racist against me for being an elf.
Yeah, you see, the principal is openly racist to elves. I do it behind their back. So I am better than him.
With the line "fucking knife ears." Sighing, I reached over and gently closed his mouth. You just met the man. Saying, it's rude to stare, you know.
His entire face started to go red as soon as I touched him. Yeah, I mean...
He then screamed, bad touch. Started blowing into a whistle.
Zane!
I'm making fucking pizza.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
I left the room, so like my mic turned off completely, so I didn't hear anything. I was making pizza. Savinia. He shook his head a bit and then stuttered, I'm sorry, it's just
that you're not using elf, right?
No, it's just that your cock is sticking out. Please tuck that in, miss.
No one's ever ready for a surprise cock. Ever.
He nodded slowly, never taking his eyes off mine. I will keep eye contact so I don't look down.
Glancing at the paper I had in my hand, I asked, hey, can you show me where my room is?
He looked startled.
I like how everyone noticed she was an elf after she mentioned it, not before.
Well, I guess he noticed it as soon as he saw her without her hood.
Yeah,
oh, right.
The hood was probably being used to hide her pointed ears.
Ooh, okay.
In that ship campaign, I should just make an island full of elf haters.
Oh, God.
That could be interesting.
Races of pharaohs. Okay,
see, I think it's just certain universes I don't like elves in there. And just, like, I don't know.
I mean, if it was the Discworld universe, you'd be perfectly justified because they are sadistic bastards.
I need to read Discworld. I've heard it's great. I think the main thing...
They are, like, literal sociopaths who would just, like, murder an orphan because they were there. Not because they really get any enjoyment out of it, just because, needed something to do.
Okay, yeah, I would hate elves in that one. I hate elves in the Warhammer 4, so I think it stems with the faction that I chose, having an ancestral grudge against them. I don't hate them in Tolkien fantasy, and I don't hate them particularly in D&D,
I guess that's good in Tolkien fantasy, considering the fact that Tolkien had like a fucking hard-on for elves.
Yeah, and he kind of set this. I think one of the reasons why I'll get upset about elves because a lot of people just up as like Mary Sue's are just perfect in every way possible, which Tolkien kind of started that trend, but at the same time they were balanced and just not of the world, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like in universe, elves were able to walk on freshly laid snow without sinking in it at all, which I guess means that technically speaking, Legolas could do that thing he did in The Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at if you take the science of it to the most logical extreme, that also means that elves are completely buoyant on water and wouldn't sink into it at all. They just freely float on top like a pool float.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think the drawing that that was done, and because science literally had him, like Legolas doing that, like lying on his side, head propped up by one of his arms, like pose on the surface of a lake.
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, what line?
Whose line is it anyway?
I don't know.
I legitimately forgot.
Oh my god.
I said he nodded slowly, then Zane read glancing at the paper. Then did you read he looked startled but nodded eagerly?
I did not. He looked startled, but nodded eagerly. Honestly, I'm a bit surprised Artie has begun running in fear, attacking me by now. What? Are elves in the Shrek universe like elves in the Discworld universe? What? Why would he be running in fear? Like most people when they first met me. See, this is the thing I was talking about earlier. The whole thing of like over the top, like trauma fetishization. I mean, if you're gonna do that, at least have like a justified reason for it. Like, I don't know, like the character being the child of quite possibly the two most vicious mob enforcers in the city.
Or make your father steal your fries.
You will never understand my pain when I was just a...
But yeah, like, we are given no context right now as to why this would be the case with elves. We have no idea what the reputation of elves in the Shrek universe is.
I keep forgetting this is in the Shrek universe, and it's like... I mean, and it hasn't even had Shrek in it yet.
But yeah, like, we're not given enough context as to why. Like, if you state, oh, this person is the child of two of the most goddamn terrifying and vicious mob enforcers in New York City, okay, yeah, it makes sense why people would fear the child.
Mm-hmm.
And then there'd be me just like, who are you talking about?
Or me just like,
Dude,
you look hungry, want a sandwich?
My father is Al Capone. Who's
well,
Al
no,
Capone?
that'd be a mob leader. Mob enforcer is the person who does the dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
So that wouldn't be the person who tells people what to do. That'd be the person that's straight up just going out there and murdering people.
All right. So it'd be like, my family works for Al Capone. Who's Al Capone? Why should I be worried about that?
Just meanwhile, there's stuff in the news about their parents just like brutally beating a cop to death. Just in the background.
I can just picture them just like, stay away from my daughter. Yes, I'll stay away from
Who?
I don't remember their name.
What's your last name again? Oh fuck. I guess he wants to make me feel welcome. You see, he has a thing for elves. He's the Negatom.
Artie leaned over to see my paper and stated, "Hey, you're just a..."
You cut out.
Damn it.
You
Artie,
you cut out it. Hey!
Hey, your room is just a few rooms from mine. Is that better? Do I keep cutting out? What the
No, I heard you that time. I heard you that
He went
time.
completely robot for the last two words that time for me.
Hey, your room is just a few rooms from mine. Was that okay?
Yes. Well, for some reason, like this entire day, you have just constantly cutting out.
I have been hearing you robot quite a bit too. I don't know if it's my mic, if it's my internet, or what the hell is going on here.
Oh, you're downloading a terabyte of porn again. I get it.
Of course.
Terabyte, yeah.
You need a terabyte for that.
He looked startled, but nodded eagerly. Honestly, no.
We both stood up.
What the fuck? We both stood up and exited the office, walking down a hallway to the left. We took a few more turns before we came across a hallway with a fair amount of wooden doors dotting the sides. Each had a shiny bronze number on it. Artie led me to the room with a shiny brass plaque beside it that read Ava Thalela. Why do I keep having to say her actual fucking name?
I'm just laughing at something occurred to me, that being that shouldn't Mr. Johnson have found out previously?
Yes.
That she was an elf?
Yes.
No, she comes from an orphanage. Guys, come on.
But wouldn't they say something about, hey, diss an elf?
No,
Don't be
orphans aren't
racist.
people.
Well, yes,
I
but
agree.
that's not the point. Disclaimer, we do believe orphans are people.
Yeah, I was just dumb and making a joke. Please don't at me.
I like dark humor. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you can't take a joke, orphans.
Stop.
That one was just kind of over the top.
Wow.
Disclaimer,
you really like
obvious sarcasm is sarcasm.
not e ooh ooh ah ooh. Hey.
I mean, it was pretty clear that I wasn't being serious there.
Yes, but Llytic,
Come on,
aren't
man.
you technically an orphan too?
No, I just straight up don't have parents. It's not the same on Alternia.
Okay.
It's kind of the norm. It'd be weird if you had parents.
No. Here's the thing. If he was an orphan, he wouldn't have his, lessus or whatever the
Yeah,
word
I
is,
wouldn't have my
and then
leases.
he would be killed.
Yes, I would die. If I were an orphan, I would be dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
God,
Charming
you're
place.
fucking culturally insensitive.
Yeah, fucking hell, Tom.
That's another point off, Tom. Come on.
You and your fucking racism and microaggressions. Here's your room. My room is at the end of the hall, and the bathrooms are there and there. Already said, first pointing to a door on the far side of the hall, then at two doors, one on my side of the hall and the other on the other side.
Thank you so much, Artie. Can you come and get me when it's lunch, please?
He nodded and said, "Sure, see you at lunch." Oh, fuck yeah, it's pizza time. Hold on.
I smiled and entered my room.
Author's note. I've always imagined Artie getting kicked out of class. There, Mr. Johnson's hostility towards Ava will be explained later on. BTW, Ava's name is pronounced Eva Thalaella. Again, please, R&R reviews will make updates faster. That is, if you guys like it, lol. I don't own the characters in Shrek 3. I only own Ava and Mr. Johnson.
Eva Thalaella.
Eva Thalaella, actually. Like,
Eva Thalaella.
I'm just going to call her Ava. I'm just going to call her Ava.
Because my immediate thought was Thalaella. Thalaella. That
Mhm.
kind of rolls off the tongue. Ava Thalaella. It sounds
Thalaella.
silly, but it sounds like it could be a name.
Yeah, Ava Thalaella.
Thalaella. Doesn't.
Thalaella. It's a fucking... I'm just going to say Thalaella. Like,
It's a
just
train
because...
wreck on the tongue. All right.
Thalaella,
Zane back,
Thalaella,
yep.
I don't know. I think it's still having pizza time.
Okay, so apparently someone made, like, race sheets for a whole bunch of the different, like, races,
Pizza makes me horny.
you know. In Magic the
Author's
Gathering.
note.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing something. My bad.
No, I was just saying, because I found one, and someone made a race sheet for the Gorgons from Theros.
I don't know what that is.
Theros is a ancient Greek-inspired plane.
Nice. Anyways, author's note. Thank you, Platinum Gal and Kitty Cat Girl YYYXXX for reviewing. I really appreciate it. Cookies for both of you and those who favorited this and story alert this fic. You guys are the best. Lol. Well, this is the next chapter. Since you guys like it so much, please R and have a cookie. Offers a platter of cookies, star, smiley face, but it looks like Krillin's head.
I was thinking it kind of looked like that spider emoticon I do sometimes.
A little bit, except the
Stop
spider
copying Veriska.
one.
No, not that one.
The spider one actually is charming. This is just cringy.
That's the first time anyone's ever described anything I do as charm. Why does it always lose a lag?
I don't know. Funny because the notification popped up and it's... But...
Does it show it right in the notification?
It does, and then I looked at it, and it's only got one leg. And with that one, it looks like it's going at an angle. So, like...
Yeah, I did the fangs wrong on that one. Fucking hell. Why? What is
Guys, spiders aren't real.
The one on my wall Friday would like to have a word with you. It was there
he
during
can keep
DP.
his word. I don't want it.
God damn it, why are we all so stupid?
Because it's fun.
I mean, I will say that it is courteous of the author to tell us to rest and relax while reading her story.
Yes, it is.
I
I
want
do
people to be
appreciate.
angry.
Yeah, I do.
I will accept your cookie, but still be critical, because this ain't the Oscars.
I appreciate the fact that she doesn't say stop.
Yeah,
throws a tantrum, and I do appreciate for the most part, decent grammar. So.
Yeah, it is a nice change of pace, and it's kind of the whole thing. Like, it's still at least ridiculous enough to be funny, but this time not as a result of the grammar.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more of a result of why.
I mean, I suppose that's what fanfiction.net is there for. People to just make their own self-insert characters and have fun with it.
Well, no, I meant more from a writing standpoint of why is this happening? Why is that happening? What does any of this mean?
It could be worse. It could be Warriors, Lemons.
Stop.
I
Why do you?
don't know. I don't know what a lemon is, but it sounds
6.
It's you know what? Should I even be describing a lemon?
Yes,
Tom,
please
yes.
do.
Just to Tom, specifically to Tom, only to Tom.
Because I'm the only one who
no one
doesn't
else
know
is
what
here.
it is.
So don't say it out loud. Just DM him.
No. I'm saying describe it out loud. No one else. It's only Tom and you. That's what's going on. That's totally how this works.
Okay, so a lemon is usually around like a hardcore sex/rape fan fiction.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very nasty, really gross, unconsensual kind of sex kind of thing.
Okay, me and the listeners are back.
Okay, cool. That wow, that does sound terrible.
That was a terrible joke on my behalf. The walls of the room were red and white, with a similarly colored blankets and sheets on the bed, which was conveniently located by window. How is that convenient?
The window.
There was a closet across the room from the bed and a full-length mirror beside it. On the wooden desk were a few candles, a few inkwells, and quills. I set my suitcase down on the bed and hung my ugly uniforms up. Wandering back to the bed, I opened my suitcase and sighed at the contents.
I don't think the school allows students to own weapons. I thought out loud, carefully lifting my sword out of the case.
I'm sorry, what?
All the other kids with the pumped up kicks.
They better run. Run from my sword.
Outrun my sword.
Faster than my sword.
just do an edit of pumped up kicks, but replace bullet with just
bullet
someone
and
in
gun.
a monotone. Bullet and gun, just with saying in a monotone voice, sword.
I love the fact that you immediately went to pumped up kicks.
Sorry.
Maybe this is why people hate elves. Maybe they're all terrorists.
Apparently, elves in this universe are apparently the medieval equivalent of school shooters.
Yeah. I quickly replaced it and closed the case up.
Why did you take it out?
What are you replacing?
It means that she put the sword back in the suitcase.
Wow, I am too tired for anything to make sense.
Just, my old friend, back in the suitcase.
And close the case up, hastily storing it in a shaded corner of the closet. What part of your closet isn't shaded? What? I am slowly descending further and further into madness.
Yes.
Yes, we all are.
One of the uniforms into my dark blue dress and back.
Okay. Okay. Ah, fuck it. I muttered, getting up and taking one of the uniforms off the hanger.
I changed dresses and gazed at my reflection when I was done. Damn, the uniform was ugly. Sighing, I turned away from the mirror and sat down on the bed, folding my discarded dress and placing it beside me. I glanced out the good-sized window to see the rolling hills of green. Oh, excuse me. Getting up, I strode to the window and opened it, leaning out and taking a deep whiff of the fresh air. I would give anything to be out there, free to do whatever the hell I want.
Ah, that's some good air.
For a second, I thought that Tom was still reading, and he just...
No, I stopped.
I thought you were still reading, though, because it was like this gradual decrease in volume in time with that increasing, so it sounds like you just trailed off. Just inhaled everything.
I would give anything to be out there, free to do whatever the hell I want. Twisting my body, I sat on the window, still staring at the hills and the ocean beyond that. I closed my eyes and leaned my head against the edge of the window, humming a song I learned long ago. After a few minutes, I got off of the windowsill and strode back to my bed. Okay, now we're getting a bit longer.
And what was that song? Somebody once told me the world could...
Hey, it's Shrek here.
I hate the sharpest tool in the shed. I had to. Okay. Before I... Wait, it's Zane's line.
Before I could sit down on the comfy surface, a huge boom sounded from outside the castle, making me yelp in surprise and cover my sensitive ears. What I think was a bell rang a total of 4 times before becoming silent. Cautiously, I lowered my hands, every one of my nerves on edge. From outside my window, I heard a multitude of voices. Please help God, I can't read. I guess it's either... Is that right, Ether?
Ether lunch.
Ether lunch, or that was the end of one class.
Taking a shuddering breath, I sat down on the bed. After a few minutes, I heard a commotion in the hallway. Cautiously, I got up and opened my door, peeking my head out and looking around. What I saw angered me. A dark-haired boy and a few other boys had already pinned on the brick wall. Stepping out of my room, I stalked towards them. Maybe that's why people don't like elves. They're all stalkers. The dark-haired boy spotted me and let Artie go, keeping a firm hold on the back of his shirt.
Who is this pretty maiden? He asked as his friends gawked at me.
Please never speak again.
Fuck. This was a mistake. We shouldn't have done 2 today.
I mean, we didn't have much of a choice. If we wanted to keep a consistent upload schedule.
That's not my problem.
Kind of is.
You don't pay me.
Because I don't get paid.
Where's...
I'm
Ava.
I'm slowly losing all consciousness.
Oh God,
I've only gotten like an hour of sleep today. I'm Ava, Artie's friend, I replied coolly, putting emphasis on friend.
You looked at me for a second, then busted out laughing. Friends? With this loser? Man, how much did he pay you for that? He choked out, wiping a tear of mirth from his eye. Also, let's not forget, it's not like it ever said that her hood was put back on or anything, so...
Nope.
This guy likely knows he's an elf, so either Mr. Johnson is just a standout asshole, or she forgot about the racism.
Suddenly, racism.
If anything...
Don't you hate it when the writer forgets about the racism?
If anything, that only pissed me off more.
For one, he is not a loser, and he didn't pay me anything. I said it on my free will. I snapped, narrowing my violet eyes and stalking forward so that I was in front of him. Jeez, lady, chill.
What is it with these stories and having characters say things that nobody would ever actually say? I said it of my own free will.
Mhm.
I would appreciate if you let him go. I snarled, getting in between the boy and the awestruck Artie.
He glared at me defiantly, then stated, "Make me."
Make me. Make me.
I growled and punched a pressure point on his arm, making him howl in pain and releasing Artie's shirt in the process.
Oh boy.
Never, and I mean never, piss me off unless otherwise it might be the last thing you do, I threatened. Maybe that's why people dislike elves. I have a weird habit of issuing death threats to everyone.
The boy then proceeded to tell the principal about Ava, who immediately got dispelled.
Oh, God. Tom.
Yeah, I lost my place.
That boy.
Oh, the boy glared at me and said, "Come on, we'll deal with her later."
I've seen enough things out of Japan in general to know.
This pizza's making me hard.
Nice. That's how you know it's good.
Oh, man.
Well, thanks for defending me, Artie stuttered, rubbing the back of his neck sheepishly. He turned into a sheep.
I'd already dislike him.
I think you might have skipped a line, Zane.
Yes. As soon. That was your line.
I think he's eating right now.
As soon as the boy and his friend left, I turned to Artie and offered us a meal.
Boy! Well, thanks for defending me, Artie shuddered, rubbing the back of his neck sheepishly. Don't you start this cutesy shit with me, Artie.
He looked away before saying, "That was Lancelot, captain of the jousting team." That was my line, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Or wait. No, your line was my smile got wider.
Damn it.
What?
My smile
Stop
got wider
doing
as I
that.
said. My smile got wider as I said, "No problem. Who is that anyway?" He looked away before saying, "That was Lancelot, captain of the jousting team." Continue.
I huffed and muttered, I've never liked jocks. Lol, same.
Why is this happening?
Because
Why must we bring back this trope?
you were the one who wanted us to read this, man.
I wasn't expecting the jock hate. I should have, because bad fan fiction. But I wasn't.
Have y'all ever watched or seen the Jock and
Yes, the jock
Comic.
and nerd comics. Yes.
So good. I love it.
Hey, nerd! Oh, God. Artie looked up with questioning eyes as he asked, "Did you mean it when you said that you were my friend?" No.
I was about to say, fuck no.
No, I just wanted it to be all the better when I stabbed you in the back, or from this case, the front, and just stabs him, goes on a murder spree.
I just wanted an excuse to punch somebody. Wait, maybe this is why people don't like elves.
I rolled my eyes and stated, "Of course I did. I'd think the guy that showed me to be my friend." Oh, Lord, I don't know much about nice guys and nice girls. This kind of sounds like it.
Yes.
Of course
You showed
not.
me
We only met
kindness, now
today.
give me that dick.
Of course we're not friends. We just met today. We're at least acquaintances.
We are strangers.
He looked shocked at first, then a smile warmed his way across his lip.
Oh my God. Just then, my stomach gave a loud grumble because apparently this is anime.
It feels anime. My face went red as I sheepishly said, "God damn it."
Say it like a Japanese schoolgirl, Tom.
My face went red as I sheepishly said, "I guess we should get to lunch." Did that not feel like the poetry line to anyone else? Jeez. That's why I was mad.
That's why? Because it felt like a poetry line.
He only smiled and led the way out of the hallway.
I thought it was because, I guess we should get to lunch was a terrible line.
I mean, yeah, that's a terrible line, but it's like, I don't know.
Author's note, don't worry. You guys will set lunchtime at Worcestershire Academy next, chappy. What you said earlier, Tom, about the grammar?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you have to say that?
I'm sorry, I jinxed us all. Not even God can save us now.
Well, he could never save us. Not from this. I don't own Shrek 3 or its character. I only own Ava. Ava's past. I wasn't ready.
I don't think any of us were ready for this.
And any other OCs in here. Yours truly, Meerkat Girl 13. I think we could probably fit in one more chapter.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
Author's note. Thank you, Kitty Cat Girl, for reviewing. I really appreciate your feedback. Yes, I know the chapters are a bit short. Not short enough. And I'm really sorry about that. Happy 4th of July for my American. Oh, thank you. It's December. No, wait, it's November. Fuck.
It's November, you fuck.
Please review. I need your feedback to help make this a better story. Trash it and rewrite something. Thank
Jesus
you.
Christ.
Thank you and have a cookie. Weird cookie emoji. Happy looking.
Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a chocolate chip cookie. Did y'all not get
I
that?
thought it was a face.
It's a cookie. I don't own Shrek 3 or its characters. I only own Ava, Mr. Johnson, and any other OC that might come up later.
Wait, I'm an OC. Shit! She owns me!
Oh, look, there's an out of existence crisis. I don't know.
Just escalating screaming.
Hey guys, want to question your own existence? Read fanfiction with What Are We Reading?
No. It's not questioning their own existence. It's only questioning my existence.
I'm
Only
back. What I
Llytic.
miss?
Just Llytic.
Zane, did you realize that weird smiley face emoji is supposed to be a cookie?
No, I thought it was Krillin's head.
Okay.
We chatted about ourselves and how the school works as we made our way towards the cafeteria.
Are you an elf? Already suddenly, I guess he's so
Oh my gosh. I nodded and said, yep, 100% elf.
Disgusting. Ugh.
Why were people running away from the bar? They couldn't realize immediately you were an elf.
We arrived at the noisy cafeteria, where a sickening smell hit my nose. I already chuckled when he saw my expression. As he led us to the end of the line, I got us both trays. As we waited, I became aware of people staring at me.
It must be the ears.
Maybe you're just ugly.
Their lunch was a barnacle that was so ugly that everyone died. The end.
That didn't help at all.
I'm ugly and I'm proud. Anyway, shifting uncomfortably, I moved up and held out my tray, only to have some kind of slop dumped on it with a leg of mutton and a small bowl of salad on the side. I wrinkled my nose and moved to the side, waiting for Artie to receive his lunch. He did. And when we stepped out of line, he got a dreamy look on his face. I raised an eyebrow and turned towards where he was staring at. All I saw was a fairly preppy girl with strawberry blonde hair. She gave him one look and wrinkled her nose, moving quickly past him with her lunch.
Is this the voice we're going with? Is this really the voice we're going with?
I don't know.
I wasn't listening. I
You
want to
never do.
sleep.
You always do.
I sighed and tugged on his arm, stating playfully, "Earth to lover, boy."
You've just met this man.
He shook his head and blushed a bit. Ooh.
I think he has a crush on that strawberry blonde-haired girl he just saw, maybe. I don't know for sure. Makes no
Gee, I
sense.
wonder. Seriously, even I wasn't like this the first time I met Ichi-tan. It was the second time.
Who's Ichi-tan?
Friendship. Ah, God.
Personally, I think friendship isn't real.
Friendship is magic and therefore doesn't exist.
Exactly.
I've yet to use magic to help myself, so therefore I can deny its existence.
If friendship isn't real, then what is this that we do?
Mild distrust.
Acquaintanceship.
That too.
We're just dicks on the internet. Glancing around the crowded cafeteria, I asked, "Do we have to eat here?"
Yes.
Yes.
He shook his head and replied.
Exercise.
He shook his head and replied, "No, we could eat outside of the school, like in the fields."
I smiled and stated, "Well, lead the way." He led me to the sex dungeon.
Oh God, why is that here?
Better yet, why is it in the field?
That's an excellent question.
Out here in the field, I fight for my meals.
Is it my line? Where am I?
Yes.
Yes.
He smiled.
He smiled and motioned me to follow. I did, ignoring the stares that were following me. Finally, we were out of the crowded cafeteria and made our way through the halls. Soon enough, Artie pushed the oak door open and led me outside in the courtyard. Once again, I was painfully aware of the stares and attention I was getting from the other students, especially the guys. I think Artie sensed my discomfort since he picked up the pace of it. We rushed past the entrance gate and to the countryside outside of the school walls. There were a few students lounging around out there, but Artie led me to a shady hill overlooking the churning ocean, to which I said, "I don't know the motherfucker."
Is this another thing where she thinks she's hideous, but it's just that all the dudes want to fuck her?
Yes.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Gross.
We're as we sat down, is that where we are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. As we sat down, Artie said, "This is one of my favorite spots to eat. I hope you like it."
I hate it. I smiled faintly and glanced at him. "I like it just fine," I murmured, picking up my fork and digging into the salad.
I don't like meat. It makes me sick.
Fucking hippie.
Artie looked at me curiously before shrugging and digging in. I quickly finished my salad and beside me. Glancing out of the ocean, I felt a familiar share of fear run up my spine. I have a huge fear of the ocean. I don't know why, but I've never liked how it works, how it looks. Okay, you see, and with the elves in the Lord of the Rings universe, it's like they are drawn to the ocean. So yeah.
I don't like the ocean. It's wet.
It's
Quickly-
wet.
I don't like sand. It's coarse. It gets between my feet.
Quickly
It's wet
glancing
and
away from
irritating and gets everywhere.
Quickly glancing away from the terrifying waters, I gazed upon the grass. It's interesting how one species of grass comes in so many shades of green.
What?
Do you want a bottle? Already asked.
Startling.
Starting. No, there's no
There's
L.
an L.
Is there an L? Yeah,
There's an
startling
L.
me out of my thoughts. Sorry, I am like 10 feet away from my monitor on my bed right now.
Wordlessly, I passed my button to it, which he took eagerly. He swallowed it whole.
Oh.
Tom.
Okay, hang on. Freaking.
Tom?
I am
Tom.
multitasking,
Tom.
guys. I'm sorry.
Tom?
Tom.
Tom?
After a few minutes of silence.
Wrong!
Oh, okay. The one after that.
No! The
No,
one before
actually,
it!
no, he was right. After
No,
a few
he's
minutes of silence,
wordlessly.
I said that one.
No! Fuck, I'm tired.
After a few minutes of silence, Artie asked, "Hey, are you okay?"
I want to go commit die.
Please don't.
I want die. You know, from RT game. I want die. Haha. That's his me character.
I want die from the local game shop.
The newest game in the series of games. I want die.
No,
Give
I
me-
just want dice.
I want
Dice?
spine.
Spide!
What
What the fuck was that from?
That
I
was-
don't remember.
That was that creep.
Was it?
Who just started going off on the creepy dude and was like, "I want your spine."
I'm trying to...
He gazed at me for a few seconds, then turned to the ocean.
I'm trying to remember where that came from.
Pretty sure this academy that Shrek is in isn't supposed to take place next to the ocean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't next to the ocean. Under the sea.
Under the swamp. Under the
Under
swamp.
my swamp. Oh, God. Fuck. You know, I'm surprised. Wait. Did someone say that one?
Yes.
Okay. Zane, which line did you say?
Fuck if I remember.
Both of them end in ocean.
I said a few minutes of silence. Switch my gaze. Okay.
Few minutes of silence.
He
then
gazed.
Zane's
He
line.
gazed. He gazed. That's your line.
Okay. He gazed for me for a few seconds, then turned to the ocean.
You know, I'm surprised you want to be friends with me. Dated, still gazing out at the ocean.
I don't. I shrugged and replied, I know how it feels to be allowed to be shunned for being different. When I saw you pinned by Lancelot, I just thought we could be friends since we both know what it's like to be outcast. Oh no, he put me up against the wall because I insulted his sick and dying mother.
I realized that you're a fucking loser, and so I might be able to be friends with you.
Oh no, they're meeting all my standards.
Which is none.
Llytic.
Just sorry, I found a thing.
Oh,
Give me
okay.
a sec. It's interesting little man. I don't know why. This entire time I've just been on the D&D Lamia thing. Just going through that. Oh boy. Turning my head slightly, I gave him a friendly smile, which he returned.
The bell started to ring again, causing me to yelp and cover my ears again. Artie only laughed and shook his head.
You're outside of the school! How
Your
loud
pain
is this?
amuses me.
How loud is this bell?
Super loud. Wait, she's an elf. She probably has sensitive hearing.
Well, it's time for the last class. Want me to take you back to your room? He asked, standing up and holding a hand out for me.
I shook my head and stated, "Oh, you go ahead. I'm sick of sitting in my room doing nothing. I'm gonna go out into the ocean doing nothing."
He
Later,
lifted
loser.
his eyebrow and asked, "You sure?"
Positive.
Yes. I nodded and said, go on before you're late to class, bitch.
At this time of year, at this hemisphere, locating entirely within your kitchen.
At
Yes.
this part of year, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes.
May I see it?
No. Oh God, which line? Who
He
is it?
smiled. I think it's he smiled, and that's your
Yeah,
line.
it's your line.
Okay. He smiled and stated, "Well, I'm coming to get you when class is over, so you better."
Smiling, I waved my hand, signaling him to go. He only smiled and jogging back to the school.
As soon as Artie was out of my sight, I stood up and jumped into the tree. Quickly climbing a bit higher to a thick, sturdy branch facing away from the ocean, I sat on it and leaned against the cool bark. Even if the ocean is terrifying, the sound it makes are actually quite soothing.
The sound combined with the gentle swaying of the shade of the tree lured me into a doze.
Days.
Doze.
Nope, it's a doze.
Doze?
Yes, doze.
Doze nuts? Got him.
Yep.
You want to try and do one more chapter?
No,
Or
I
No.
want to go to sleep.
I'm done,
Okay.
dude. Like, seriously, I'm at the end of my rope here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you really?
Hey, the other one was like 2 hours
Yes,
long,
yes, I am.
dude.
Yeah, that's true. But it
Mm,
was also one of those things where it's like we couldn't technically split it without each one being like way too short.
No, we could have.
Yeah, but then we would have been dissatisfied. A special thank you to Destiny Baird. If you would like to get a shout out, either audibly or visually, feel free to donate to our Patreon, link in the description.